We are here in Switzerland with one of my favorite contractors I've ever visited, Eberhard. And we're gonna see what they have going on all over town. The Swiss are known for many things, one of which is the Swiss Army knife, originally created in 1897 for any situation soldiers may encounter. But why does a pocket knife have anything to do with machines and digging? Allow me to explain. Enter Swiss contractor Eberhard. Starting in 1954, they've helped transform the Swiss landscape, doing anything from quarrying to demolition to digging holes. And that's what today's video is about, holes. Like the Swiss Army knife, Eberhard has the means and methods to take on some of the most complex excavations around, and we're going to show you how they do it from the machines to the methodology. So with that, let's get out to the first site. First project we're checking out with Eberhard is at a technical university. It is a basement excavation. This hole is going to house some laboratories, classrooms, and it's so deep and big because they need this hole to be vibration free and completely consistent when it comes to temperature. So when they're done, this will be a 25-meter deep excavation with 6 floors of structure within it and then a building on top of it. I need to check out some stats here, some numbers that I wrote down.
Can we get the drone up?
Re-say this here.
Am I allowed to get the drone up?
Yeah. 24 tons.
3 points of contact.
But if you're digging a hole, there's no way to get out of it. So how do you pull the dirt out to get it hauled off? Well, that's where this Cinnabogen with this special bucket comes into play. This is a Cinnabogen crane with an offset cab there. Down in the hole, we have excavators digging the earth, piling it up, and then a track loader feeding this bucket. This bucket holds about 8 cubic meters, about 24 tons at a time, and trucks will be coming in here any moment now. The truck takes only 2 of these buckets and then it's out of here. And this operation here, it's slow, it's not mass excavation, but it's incredibly quick, everything considered. It's about 1,200 cubic meters of earth every day hauled off with this crane, that bucket, and these trucks. What the heck are all these pipes in each of the 4 corners? Well, these are reinforcement. They hold the walls back, all 4 walls. They push against those walls as the excavation gets deeper. As you can see, we've got buildings all the way around us. That's a lot of weight on the outside of this excavation, and we need to keep it as sturdy as possible while we're digging this out. So every few meters, they build out another one of these structures. There's going to be 4 layers total, so we've got 3 now, and there'll be 1 more as they get a little deeper before it's done. And then as they build the building from the bottom back up to the top, that building is what's going to support the overall structure once it's completed, and they can remove these as they go higher and higher to the top. The Swiss do things really well. This is a great example of that. Here is a connex that they have paired up with this Cinnebogen. And if you open it up, we've got everything this machine needs, from lubrication to shackles to chains to straps to even a little workshop to work on small little things to keep this machine running. Everything needed for that machine is in this connex. Wherever that machine goes, this goes.
After a fantastic morning at the university project, we headed near downtown Zurich for the second basement of the day, this time at a hospital.
We are a stone's throw from downtown Zurich, Switzerland, at the university hospital, and Eberhard is here digging another basement. This basement has about 180,000 cubic meters of material coming out of it. About 140,000 cubic meters of that is straight rock, and that's where the big guns come in. Why a machine this big? Well, when you've got rock, you can't blast it. You've got to break it up somehow. 390 will definitely do the trick. Fun fact, the last time I saw this machine, it was tearing up a runway at Zurich International Airport. Now they've configured it with a hammer bucket to bust out this basement. It's got oil quick on it, so the operator can switch between the hammer and the bucket without issue. It can work his way through this rock, load trucks as they come in, and get all this out of here as quickly as possible. Still waiting. 12 more minutes until we can fire this bad boy up here. Before we do, it's about to get a lot louder, exactly 131 decibels louder. This is the lubrication system, so they use 4 of these a day. They're just basically tubes of grease. They screw into here, and as the machine works, it automatically greases itself to keep this hammer intact. Grease is a hammer's best friend. Let's talk shoring. As with any urban excavation, it's critical to hold the earth back. As we take the weight off, as we dig the excavation deeper and deeper, all of that above us wants to come in on us. And we've got trams, buses, people, a hospital on that side. We have to keep that earth back, and that's when shoring comes into play. So before they even started excavating, they drilled piers all the way down each one of these walls. You can see them there. They drilled down, and then as they pulled that bit out, they filled them with concrete. And then as we exposed those piers, this is when the shoring crew takes over. So here's a drill. We're drilling through that pier into the rock and earth on the other side of that. That hole is key because that's how we're gonna pull everything back. We're gonna tension everything against that pier to secure that wall. We've drilled the holes. Now we're putting our cables into each hole, and the next step is grouting. So we're gonna secure those pieces of steel strand into those holes and then apply tension to that so that it's essentially pushing this wall into the earth as we go deeper and deeper.
Before we wrap up, we've got some bonus content from Eberhard's museum. Let's go check it out.
Eberhard bonus content. We're at the museum, the coolest heavy equipment museum I've ever been to. And in this room is probably the biggest heavy equipment scale model collection in the world.
I have an idea for a video.
This isn't even all of it.
Dude, I have a
Do 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 do. Boom boom. Yeah. Oh, Shay gave this to them. Oh. I am just gonna drool over everything first. You could spend weeks in here and still not see everything.
Months in here. This is so fucking...
Boom, 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 boom. No, it's 8750. Oh, fuck me, they do have big muskie. Oh, this place is something else, man. All Komatsu 575s, O&K, RH200. Like most of these models too, like a lot of them are just one-offs. Like these are the only ones that exist, some of these, because a lot of them are custom.
Like this Amon caterpillar right here? That's 100% one-off.
Like, yeah, the Eberhard with the ripper on the back. We need Urs too, because he'll explain how expensive some of these are. Like I remember some of these being just like this one, for example, I feel like is one of the only ones in the world. These are like 10 grand.
Yeah, I mean,
Like some of these are wild.
was it?
Yeah. This is where the expensive stuff is.
Yep. Some of the expensive stuff.
Is it?
Like what's the most expensive?
This one here.
Oh, this one?
Yep.
How many of these are there?
So the D9 and this 20 grand together.
20 grand.
Yep.
Wow.
This is the biggest going all over the other way. That is. Just topped it.
Yeah, Peterson Cat in Oregon built that.
Thank you so much to Eberhard for having us out. I love visiting them every time I get to do so, and hopefully we'll be back again next year to check out more of their work. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. We've got so much more Europe content coming, and we'll see you next time. Stay dirty.